camera flipped around. I said, get the camera flipped around. There we go. Yeah, we're still going through the Tonex collection. It's not the most exciting stuff, but I committed to it, so we're doing it. I'm going to just wait a few minutes to see if anybody shows up. Looks like nobody's going to show up. We got to keep entertaining in case people watch this video later. So the next up in the Tonex collection is called Hard and Heavy. It's based on metal amps. 36 tone models of metal amps ranging from classic hard rock to modern metal tones. It's included in the Tonex Max Collection. So we'll hit that. We will sort alphabetically. And we start off with a preset called 11 Fingers. All right, let's hear it. I'm playing a bass demo. That's no good. Let's go up to wood. Let's play wood. Let's hear it. So this is a Bogner Goldfinger 45 based on the cab's based on a Marshall 1922. Next preset is called 6 Degrees of Saturation. It's a high gain based on an Engel or an ENGL. I don't know how to say that. I've never owned one of them amps. Based on an Invader 100. The cab is based on a Dragon 260C8CV. Let's hear this. All right, the next one is called All In. It is a high gain based on the same amp and the same cab, so different sample. These samples are all curated by AK Multimedia in the Tonex Max Collection called Hard and Heavy. Let's hear it. Not my cup of tea, but the next one's called Black Nova. It's a high gain. There's a stomp box involved here, which is a Black Star HT. The amp's based on a Marshall 6100 LM Anniversary, and the cab is based on an M-Tech Audio. I've not heard of most of this stuff. This has got to be some weird stuff. Let's hit it. Hey, Liam. What's up, Liam? All right, this one's called Defretting. It's a high gain. It's based on the Engel or ENGL. How do you say that? Invader 100 and that Dragon 260 CBCV. Let's hit it. Warheart Arts enters the chat. Warheart, a.k.a. Emperor Kamikaze, a.k.a. Numb Thumb. He's got his own channel over at Warheart Arts, which is worth checking out if you like home recording and art. Just art's in the name. So this one's called Deja Vu. It's a high gain. It does have this Maxon OD808 stomp box. The amp is based on a Marshall TSL 100, and the cab is based on a Mesa Boogie 4x12 OS. Let's hear it. Yeah, I'm not loving these. Leonardo Pereira. I hope I say your name right. Man, that was wild. That preset you think was wild? This next one's called Dirt Master. It's a high gain. It's got a Marshall driver on the stomp. The amp is based on a Marshall JVM 410 HJS, and the cab is based on a Marshall 2551A. I'm not familiar with any of this stuff. I mean, I've got a pretty limited view of what I like, and it's all like Led Zeppelin and Yardbirds and, you know, Fender Deluxes and Fender Twins. I got a pretty I could count on my two hands the amps I like, and these are wild for me. Let's hit it. Yeah, I think maybe that's why there's stomp boxes on here. That Marshall Drive, maybe that's what that's got that boost on that one. Because if you don't boost a Marshall, they can sound kind of wimpy, right? Drive or Die is a high gain. It's the same amp and the same cab. Let's hear it. Just writing in my notes that this is a collection of amps I never have to load again. I'm not into it. This preset's called 8 or 0. It's a high gain. Stomp has an EQ and one of the Maxon overdrives. The Marshall JCM 800. Oh, there's an amp I know. You guys all know the 800. And a Marshall 1960 cab. So there's a cab I know. So this should sound familiar a little bit. Let's hear it. Yeah, no, I hear you, Warheart. You know what, Warheart? Let's change the demo. Wood is a little bit crazy. Let's go. There was a good one. Is it Double? Let's play Double. Hear what that sounds like. It sounds like late 90s, 2000s to me. This one's called Gain Soldier. It's a high gain. It's a Marshall JVM 410 HJS with the Marshall 255-1A cab. A head and cab I am unfamiliar with. Let's play it. Yeah, you nailed it. Goo Goo Dolls, that's right. Yep, that's what it is. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it's Goo Goo Dolls. You're right. I don't dig it. The next preset's called German Gentleman. It's a high gain. Wampler Pinnacle is the stomp. It's an Engel E650 with the Engel 4x12 cab. So this should sound quite a bit different than what we've been hearing. And we'll play the Goo Goo Dolls thing again. Yeah, no, I hear you. Something from that Goo Goo Dolls era, though. Let's hit this one. It's called Dirt. Let's see what this sounds like. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, I don't hate it. Let's go to Heavy Traffic. It's another Engel Invader through the Dragoon 26 CBC. Somebody out there knows these amps and heads, and they're like, you're saying it all wrong. Because I was calling it Dragon earlier, and clearly it says Dragoon. All right, let's hear this. Meh, I don't know. Highway Drive, same amp, same cabinet, same demo riff. Let's hear it. I don't know. I'm just trying to get through these at this point. Maryland High Gain is a high gain. It's a PRS Archon 50. The cab is a Mesa Recto Horizontal. If nothing else, it'd be cool to say my amp's a PRS Archon. you know, I don't know. I've never heard this. I don't like that dirt demo. Let's go to Punch. Let's hear Punch. Glenn Fricker, Eat Your Heart Out. Let's hear that with the wood demo. Let's hear it. Warhard Art says PRS made cheap, awesome bass amps. I didn't know that. I have tunnel vision when it comes to amps. I like the 10 or 12 that I like, and that's it. Modern American high gain with the Boss GE7. Some other stomp on it, which I can't read because the way Tonex does this stupid chart. I suppose I could just make this bigger. That did not help at all. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. Anyway, it's a Bogner Ecstasy 3434 with an orange PPC 412. I owned an orange PPC 412. I did. I got a hell of a deal on it. I bought it used and sold it for more. It was crazy. But anyway, all right, let's hear this. Looks like I lost my audience, but I don't blame them. This is boring as heck. We can do the New Wave Dist high gain based on the Marshall JVM 410 HGS and the Marshall 2551A. Let's hit it. Yeah, Warhearts. I got an Orange Rocker 15. I took it to a buddy's the other day and we let her rip, and it's awesome. Like, it's. Well, you know the orange tone already. I don't have to tell you that it's distinct, right? But you got to be in that orange mood, right? This one's called No Pain, No Gain. It's a high gain. It's an ENGL Invader 100, and the cab is a Dragoon 260 CBCV. Somebody out there has these amps. It's not me, but let's hear it. This one's called Not Gonna Lie. It's a high gain. It's got the Boss GE7 stomp on it and some other stomp that I can't frickin' read because of the way they do this damn chart. This chart kills me, you know that? Let me see if I can slide this over. Ibanez, I don't know. It's the ENG Powerball. It's the ENGL 410 cab. Let's change up this demo. Let's hear Texas. What's this gonna sound like? Stevie Ray Vaughan? Let's hear it. Yeah, that's true, Warheart. And I can't, if the cab is like glued into the emulation, I can't take it out, right? But if you come across a Tonex sample that has no cab on it, like this far column will be blank, you can actually put a virtual cab on it somewhere up here. Oh, up here. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. You can emulate an SM57 or a ribbon mic. It is powerful stuff. It is and it isn't. This isn't Helix. This isn't, what are those other kinds? I don't know. It's okay. As we've discussed, you and I, it's 35,000 amps that I don't own that I get to play with, right? Oh, that's cool that you like them. Yeah. This one's called Out of Control. It's a high gain, an Engel Invader 100 based on this Dragoon 260 C8CV. Let's hear it. Let's grab a different demo here. That one's Texas. We'll grab Gallop. Yeah, for sure, man. So Warheart, you like Ween, right? I'm pretty sure you like Ween. So you'll find, Mickey or Dean Ween has a Fender Strat and a, what's he play? A Mesa Boogie. And, sometimes he plays a Fender. And then Gene Ween will have a Les Paul and a Vox, or sometimes I forget what else Gene Ween plays. But yeah, you're right. A couple guitar tones will do it. A couple guitars, a couple amps, and you got yourself a record for sure, right? I'm a wiener. Yeah, me too. All hail the Boognish. The my band, when I was a kid, like we both played Strats, which is a weird thing to have a couple of Strats in the same band. Of course, we were like running all over each other, but I did eventually switch to a Les Paul. So we were a Les Paul Strat band. Oh, let's get through these. This one's called Outrageous. It's a high gain. Oh boy, I got to pronounce this. It's an amp based on a Mesa Barbo Mez M0, and the cab is based on an M-Tech 212. Let's try to hear this. Barracuda. All right, Paper Thin is a high gain. Bogner Ecstasy 3434. Warheart, I've actually owned a Bogner. I owned a little combo amp Bogner. Not what was it, a 10-inch speaker? It really ripped too, man. I don't know why I got rid of it. But this is a Bogner Ecstasy 3534 through the orange PPC 412. Let's hear this Barracuda type riff again. Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. All right. Powerball. High gain. Another Engel. ENGL Powerball. Cab based on the ENGL 410. We're going to play it. Hey, Warhart, are you behind your cabinet right now? Like, are you ripping your wiring out right now while you listen to this? Boys are back in town. Now got to feed the cat. Yeah, I pity you, man. That's a lot of wiring. I know how you can lose hours doing that. It's kind of fun too, though, right? Especially if you got something to listen to. This is called Prominent Drive. It's a high gain. The amp is based on a Marshall JVM 4100 HJS, and the cab is based on a Marshall 2251A. All right, let's hear it. Let's change the demo. I'm tired of the boys are back in town. Let's hear Shred. Yeah, I have redone this desk. If you go back in my videos, the 2 years, I have redone this damn desk, and I built my own desk a few times. Like, I think I built 3 desks. Yeah, man, there's something wrong with my brain. My brain needs to be rewired, but I know, like, the wiring takes forever. Even just a simple little rack of gear. All right, this is called Red and Yellow. It's a high gain. It's based on the Bogner Ecstasy 3534. The cab is based on the orange PPC 412. And we're going to play the demo that is called Open. Let's hear it. Parallel dual amps. Like a guitar gets split and then you play into 2 heads and 2 separate cabinets. That's a good question, and I don't think so. But IK Multimedia is generous to us in that they're always adding a lot. This is one of these companies that really pounds a lot of big updates in. But I don't think currently you can do what you're asking. You could certainly do it in Reaper on the computer. You could take one guitar signal into the Tascam 24, right? Model 24, or whatever your interface is. And a few interfaces around here. You could take one guitar signal, make Reaper see it twice, put a Tonex. So, yeah, in a way you can do it. Yeah, you can do it because the DAW can do it, but does Tonex just let you do it natively? No, I don't think so. All right, this is Red Lead Drive. It's a high gain. It's the Marshall JVM 410 HJS, and the cab is based on the Marshall 2551A. Let's hear it. Which pedal, Warheart? Remind me, which pedal? Oh, the Tonex pedal. Yeah. Dude. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, no. I've screwed this up royally. I should have kept that pedal for sure. There's no doubt about that. I saved $100, but I don't have the pedal. And now I could never really justify buying it again, because when you buy the pedal, you get the Tonex Max Collection. Well, I already have the Tonex Max Collection. You know what I could do? I could buy the pedal and give you my Tonex Max pedal collection key. You know what I mean? And that's what I'll probably do is, if I do buy the pedal and I end up getting this software that I already own, I'm going to give them keys away. I don't care what IK Multimedia says. But yeah, not buying the pedal and keeping it, that was one of my typical boner moves that I always make. All right, this one's called Rogue Tubes. It's a high gain. The stomp is based on the diode overdrive. The amp is based on a THD bivalve, and the cab is based on a Bogner 412. My God, I'm not going to say that again fast. Let's hear it, though. If anybody wants to know what Warheart Arts is talking about, me not keeping the pedal, what I did was I bought the Tonex pedal for like whatever. It comes out to like 500 Canadian and with tax. You can get them on sale Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Boxing Day. You can get them on sale. And I bought the pedal and I played with it for like a day or two. And I'm like, well, what do I need the dang hardware for? I'm going to be in front of my computer. I don't need the hardware, right? I don't necessarily need the hardware all the time. And so I returned the pedal, and then I just bought the Tonex Max Collection and Amplitude 5, which is the software I would have got anyway, and thought I was smart, and I've regretted not having the pedal ever since. I mean, you could load up, 100 amps and take it to your friend's house. So really dumb move, but very typical of me, thinking I'm saving money and doing something dumb like that. That's classic for me. Let's see. Yeah, that's a different story, Warheart. That's a different story. All right. Same old dual high gain Maxon OD 808 is a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. Oh, I know the sound of these. Finally, an amp I'm familiar with. The cab is based on a diesel 412. Well, I don't know that cab, but let's hear it. All right, this one's called Saturday Night. It's a high gain. How fitting, because it's still Saturday night, right? Yeah, it's Saturday, March 29th. It's a Marshall 6100 LM anniversary through an M-Tech audio cab. Interesting combination. And let's go back to double. I don't know. I seem to gravitate toward the double demo. Let's hear it. Oh, that's Goo Goo Dolls again. I don't want Goo Goo Dolls. There was a demo. There was one I really liked. Let's just go through them. Here's Space. Nah, that's the Foo Fighters one. The next preset's called Take No Prisoners. It's a high gain. It's an amp based on the Engel Invader 100. The cab is based on a Dragoon 260 C8CV. And let's play the demo called Shine. Like some late 90s, early thousands kind of sounding thing. Tangerine Ecstasy is a high gain based on the Bogner Ecstasy 3534 and the Orange PPC 412. There is no stomp box on this. I don't want to hear that shine again. Let's hear this one called Drop, which is probably some Drop TD chuggage. Let's see. Well, there's no sense of letting that play. That sounded terrible. We can go to this blue demo to see if it was the tone or the demo. Yeah, it just sounds terrible. You know, it's crazy with these. IK Multimedia curates these lists, right? They put these together by hand, and occasionally they just let a stinker slip through. It's like, what is the point of, like, listen. Anybody want that to be their guitar tone? Are you serious? All right, this preset's called Third Lane. It's a high gain through the Bogner Ecstasy, Bogner 412. Let's hear it. Sounds like crap to me. I guess I just don't like Bogner Ecstasies. This preset's called a 360 turn. It's a high gain. It's got an MXR overdrive on it. The amp is based on the Mezza Barbara Trinity. The cab is based on the Bogner 412. Hey, Harry, wanna die? It's your favorite burnt bunky Burt Belly Geezer uncle, and yes, I killed John Pork. And Daniel McKay says, turn your pickup down. I don't think Daniel realizes I don't have a guitar with me right now. I'm playing the demos, but I'm all ears if you think I can tweak this thing somehow, but let me show you. I love you, no homo. I love you too, Harry. Hey, Daniel, but I'm all ears, man. If you think I can tweak this somehow, I'm just playing the demos. Sometimes I play a guitar through these, but in this case, I'm just hitting demos. But if you think I can tweak something on here, I'm sure up for whatever. This next one is called To the Edge. The character is a high gain. The stomp is based on a Maxon OD 808. The amp is based on a Bogner Shiva. I love what Bogner calls their amps. Cool names like that. I don't like model numbers in amps. Bogner Shiva, Bogner Ecstasy. Those are cool names. But I'm not loving the sounds, but let's hear it. No, sir, not playing right now. Harry wants to know how I plan on paying that credit card. Well, I was hoping you'd give me another $3 tip tonight, Harry. Triple dip, high gain. The amp is based on a Mezza Barbara Trinity. The cab is based on a Bogner 412. Let's change the demo to clean, and we'll hear it. Thanks for the tip, Harry. You didn't have to do that. I was kind of kidding, but also kind of hoping you give me a tip. Thank you, Harry. This one's called Under Siege. It's a high gain. It's an amp based on the Engel Invader 100. Cab is based on a Dragoon 260 C8CV. Let's hear it. Well, Harry, to pay my credit card off, I will just get a fourth mortgage. I'm somewhat kidding. The name of this preset is Where Do You Lead? The character is high gain. The amp is based on an Engel Invader 100. The cab is based on a Dragoon 260 C8CV. Let's just get through these because I'm finding these boring. I'm not loving these. Show yourself, punk. Let's just play this one. You want me to just tilt the camera to my face? Is that what you're looking for? Just see my face? We can do that. So yeah, this is the dog unk. This has been the hard and heavy based on metal amps 36 tone models. Those are kind of boring. I mean, this whole Tonex thing has kind of been boring, kind of a slog for me. You guys would probably prefer to watch me mix or play guitar or something, but I started this and I have to finish it because I started it. Let's go to the 800 and 900. This is based on the Marshall JCM amps 9-tone models featuring the Marshall JCM 800 and JCM 900, cherished for their versatile high-gain tones, included in the Tonex SE. So even if you buy the baby pedal, you get these tones. Let me play the all-on 10 high-gain JCM. Let's play this. Suicide Boys. I don't know that band, Harry. I've not heard of the Suicide Boys. This is a boosted 800 drive. The stomp is a full tone OCD, which I tend to like when I see full tone OCD on the stomp. I tend to like that. Marshall JCM 800 cab is based on a Marshall 1968X. Let's hear it. All right, we got the full 800 tone. I don't know, Jag, about what is this equipment, but is this what you do for a living? No, sir. This is no, sir, Harry. This is Tonex. It's like how can I say it? It's 35,000 amps that I don't own. They're emulations of real amps that machine language and AI have put together, so the guys like me that don't own all these amps can try them out at home. I don't do this for a living. I do have a music studio, but it's just for fun. I suck. I've been playing music a long time, but I'm an amateur. I don't play out as much as most musicians do. I like recording. It's a home recording channel. I like recording. So yeah, let me play another tone here. I'll show you my face again. Next one's Hollow Morning. It's a high gain. The stomp is based on the JHS Morning Glory. The amp is based on Marshall JCM 900. The cab is based on the Marshall 1960 JCM 900. Let's play the next demo, which is Post. Thanks, Warheart. I bet you it would make some bucks if you played this on the subway. So Harry, are you from a big city? The next model is a 900 degree high gain Marshall JCM 900, Marshall 1960 JCM 900. Oh, okay. So, Harry, I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing. I mean, I've been doing this channel for 2 years, but I still feel like an old man. Like, I still feel like, well, you call me Unc, right? So I do feel like somebody's like weird old uncle. Let me ask you, do you just like look for live streams and jump on them and then tip people? I just don't understand this culture yet. I do understand, or I do appreciate you tipping, but I don't understand the culture, or like, you jump on the live streams, even though it's not something you're into, and then give me tips. Is this like I don't want to say a young person thing, but is that what you're into? Is you just jump on live streams that look cool and tip people? Well, I don't know why you wouldn't have any friends. You entertain me. Better not to have too many friends anyway. Oh, what else we got here? Where are we at? We're on wrong input. Is that the end? Good. We can get out of this. I'm boring myself in this stuff. What do we got? Oh boy, we're back to guitar pedals. Okay. So this one's called Dynamic Drive. It's based on the Landgraf Dynamic Overdrive 9-tone models of the rare and one-of-a-kind Landgraf Dynamic Overdrive pedal included in Tonex Max. So I'm going to hit this, but I'm going to have to come back to Reaper and turn the Dream 65 back on. Let me do that real quick. Because I'm from a stinky race. Oh. I just watch people with internet because I have no friends. I'm from a stinky race. And then you put a picture of a horse. I see. Well, I can kind of relate to that. I am sometimes a poodle, as you have seen. Let me turn the Dream on here. And you may be asking yourself, why is he turning on a Dream amp after the Tonex? Well, it's because the next collection we're going to do is just stomp boxes. We're just going to look at stomp boxes. Unless I have this wrong, let me go back to collections. Let me go down to Tonex Max. Let me go down to the one we're interested in, which is Dynamic Drive. If you can see in this column, they're all stomp boxes. They're not amps. So I have to have the Dream afterwards or it won't make sense. Let's hear this thing. That sounds cool to me. Warheart, what do you think of that one? Shave that hand. Yeah, I like that. This one's called LDO Sent Low. Let me try to crunch these columns so I can frickin' read what's going on here. Tonex, if you ever watch my videos, you got to fix this chart, man. You got to just hire me for an afternoon. We'll fix this chart together. LDO Sent Low is a stomp overdrive based on the Landgraf Dynamic Overdrive. Let's hear it. Shave that hand, shave that hand, shave that hand from a stinky race. Let's do a listen party over here. Like in Toronto? Yeah, like play records and stuff. Is that what you mean, Harry? The only problem with that, Harry, is anytime I play any of somebody else's music, YouTube demonetizes me right away. I'm on a short leash, man. Zero tolerance for me. I'll play a 30-second clip of a commercial and they're freaking demonetizing me. But this one's called LDO Down Low. It's a stomp overdrive, Landgraf Dynamic Overdrive. And before I play it, Harry, where are the Suicide Boys from? Oh, I will get some money afterwards, right? Like after this is not alive anymore, it's just a normal video. I'll get people that come back, and people will come watch this because it's about Tonex, right? They'll watch it later. This one's called LDO Down Mid. It's a stomp overdrive. It's based on the Landgraf Dynamic Overdrive, as all of these are. Let's hear it. New Orleans, huh? And are they a big band? Is Suicide Boys like a commercial band, like they're on a record label? Well, what I'm playing right now, these are just little guitar demos that come with Tonex. I mean, I could play guitar myself, right? Like I could But people, I don't know, people complain when I do that. They want to just hear the Tonex, or they seem to. So I just think for the best demoing of this Tonex software, it's better just to let the demo play the songs. Let's hit one here called Dirt. This is probably going to sound like a Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of a demo. Let's hear it. Oh, you've heard of a Moorheart. Well, you're selling it. I mean, let's see. Harry says, yeah, it's horrorcore rap. They are two guys, cousins, who apparently came out of dark time and trauma. That kind of trivia sells a band, if you know what I mean. Nobody wants just ordinary Joe Blows, right? But if you can paint a backdrop like that with some trivia to it, like that sells it. He goes on to say, and now they rap about that and create awesome awareness about depression and non-self-harm. Oh, that's kind of cool. So yeah, hence the name Suicide Boys, huh? And out of Louisiana? Is that New Orleans? Is that what you said? Hey Harry, you don't play guitar, right? I'm guessing. Do you play anything? Well, you answer that. I'm going to play the last preset here. This one's called LDO Up Mid, and it's a stomp overdrive, and the stomp is based on Landgraf Dynamic Overdrive. Last preset in this collection. Let's hear it. Well, that's cool. I mean, it's not cool that why you got into them, but it's cool that they sort of help, I guess. Went to their concert last year in September. I will check them out. Normally people suggest just I won't repeat what you just said. Normally people, if they casually suggest bands at me, I'll check it out. Sometimes people are like, you gotta check out this. You gotta check out that. Not that you're doing this, but friends of them have done that to me. Like, people thrust Radiohead on me so hard that I can't even listen to Radiohead now. It's just like, because it was just like they kept hitting me in the face with it. I'm like, I'll listen to Radiohead when I'm good and ready, and now I'm just never good and ready. But for you to casually suggest this, which is out of my genre, not something I would normally listen to, but to paint the backstory and then have a personal connection to it, I'm in. I'll check it out. I got Spotify. I'll check it out. I got an hour commute every day. I will check Suicide Boys out, especially if it means something to you. That's cool. All right, now we're going to get into the 90s Brit pedals. Based on the Marshall pedals, 8 tone models of the classic Marshall Governor and Shredmaster overdrive distortion pedals included in the Tonex Collection. Probably not my thing, but we will check it out. Just to get through this, I mean, I've started this. I can't stop now. This one's called A Clear Peak. The stomp is a distortion based on the Marshall Governor. I am kind of interested to hear what the Marshall Governor sounds like. Let's hear it. Yeah, I agree. Warhard Arts says, get a guitar. And I agree, Harry. If, I mean, you already like music. Why wouldn't you go get yourself a guitar, dude? You could be playing in 6 months, Warhart, are you my unk too? Yep, Warhart's your unk too, dude. Full of Body, Stomp Distortion, Marshall Governor. I'm not hating this. I kind of like the sound of it. Let's hear it. Hey, Harry, Warheart Arts has got a channel called Warheart Arts, and he does home recording and art. So yeah, worth checking out. This one's called Master Brighter. The character is Stomp Distortion. The stomp is based on the Marshall Shredmaster. So let's change the demo to Shred. Sometimes I try to make the demos match the description. Sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it just goes off the rails. Here we go, Shred. Let's hear it. Is he unk like you too, like me? Well, if you're saying unk like uncle, because we're older guys, then yeah, I would say so. Middle slope, Stomp is Distortion, the Marshall Shredmaster. I'm not hating these. Let's hear it. Middle life crisis. Yeah, man. Always having a middle life crisis. Somebody tried to insult me one time and they said something about how does it feel to have peaked at 18? Like it was an insult, which it was. But the thing is like, what am I going to deny that? Yeah. Frickin' 18, 19 was like the peak. Like, what am I supposed to do with that insult? You know, what was it like to peak at 18, man? It sucked. What do you want me to say? You want me to deny? Oh, no, I didn't peak, man. I'm having the time of my freaking life right now. Like, it's an insult, but it's the truth. So it's like, what do you want me to do with that? Yeah, that sucks, eh? We're hurt. I'm in my, I got a few years on you. Yeah, it sucks. You're just a chill guy, Unk. Yeah, I take it as it comes. I'm not loving the Marshall Shredmaster as much as the Marshall Governor. I feel the Governor sounds more like, not a Plexi so much, but it sounds like Marshall. The Shredmaster, I don't know. I'm not loving these. I like the Governor, actually. I just don't like the Shredmaster, but let's hit it again. Yeah, player hating for no reason. Well, you can't get along with everybody, right? That's just life, right? Be it on YouTube or in real life or at work or school or whatever. Like, not everybody likes everything. I don't know if it's like a horoscope thing, like Tauruses can't like Capricorns or however that stuff mixes. I don't know, but I know everybody can't like everybody. They just can't, right? But some people just gel and some people just don't. And then, you know, some people don't get along with anybody, right? This one's called Skinny Sheriff. It's a Stomp Overdrive, and it's the Marshall Governor. That is a good question, Harry. Warheart Arts, do you drive a Corvette and you bought a home 20 years ago for 2 peanuts and it's now worth $2 million? It's a good question, man. V-Shred is a Stomp Distortion. It's based on the Marshall Shredmaster. Well, man, I just want to get through these. I'm not loving these. We'll go into Metalheads, which is based on metal amps. 20-tone models of high gain metal amps include the PV5150. I'm not a Van Halen guy, but I am interested to hear these. The Mark IV and the Diesel VH4 included in the Tonex SC. So let's turn that Dream plugin off. Obviously, it's not going to make sense now, right? Did I just have that? Oh, those were Brit pedals, so it made sense to have that on. Okay. I didn't want to screw up again like at the beginning of this video. All right, let's go into Metalheads. Starting at A Shot of Fame. Let's hit it. Yeah, Warhard Art should do live streams. He probably will. Once he gets there, you gotta have. I think you gotta have 1,000 subs to do it, or something like that. YouTube puts you on a short leash, right? Agitate the masses is a high gain. The stomp, there's no stomp. It's a mess of boogie with no cabinet. Oh boy. Watch your ears, everybody. No cabinet on this one. Oh, it actually doesn't sound that bad. Hey, Harry, Suicide Boys, is there guitar in it? Like guitar and bass, or is it just is it rap? This one's called At the Core. It's a high gain. It's based on the TS-808 Dynacomp 10-band EQ, PV5150, and an orange PPC, probably a 412. Let's just see about that. Yeah, 412. Let's hear it. Harry, who you asking, me or Warheart, if we're into profession? I can tell you it's not my profession. I wish, but it's not. I don't hate that. This next one, we're getting into the diesels. It's a boosted German, high gain, with the Ibanez TS9. Amp is based on a diesel VH4, and the cab is based on an ENGL E412. Let's hear it. Hey, Warheart, but you were in bands and stuff, right? You were in bands, and I take it you've done some live sound, I'm guessing? This next one's called Compact Drive. It's a high gain. Its amp is based on a diesel VH4, and the cab is based on an Engel E412. Hey, Harry, I don't know. I just don't think there's money in recording anymore. Even the big studios, I don't think a lot of the studios have closed. There's this dividing line where, people want to home record. Yeah, it's like Warheart just said, there's no money in our thing. I don't know. I've heard guys that play country down in the States can kind of do okay if they hustle, but there's no scene here, man. If you get a gig at a bar, you're lucky, and to get paid is just almost unheard of. I mean, the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s are over, right? This one's called Crunch and Tubes. The character is Drive. The amp is based on PV5150, and the cab's based on 5150. That's why I'm doing this channel, is to make money in music. It's like the only avenue I could find to make money in music is to be some old dude in his basement that frickin' auditions gear. I've got all this gear, little talent, no way of making money, but I have all this gear, and I'm like, I gotta put this gear to work for me. I have to. And I'm not going to play out, and I'm not going to have a hit record, so I got to do something. So this is why I started this channel. Anyway, this is called Dark Shredder. It's a high gain. It's got an Ibanez Tube Scream PV5150. Yeah, I suppose you're not wrong, Harry. There are, yeah, I suppose. The name is Dense Honey. The character is a high gain. The stomp is based on a T-Rex Mud Honey. The amp is a PV5150. The cab's based on the 5150. Let's change the demo. Let's hear Hammer. I even have a bunch of stuff on CD Baby, and I've only made like $10 with all the people listening. Mike over at I Love Recording does better. He's got actually some cover songs and some of his songs that actually do okay on Spotify. So good for him, but it's not happened for me. The name of this one is Hot 51 Rhythm. The character is Drive. There's no stomp box. The amp is based on a PV 5150 and the cab is based on a 5150. I'm not loving these. This one's called Hybrid Blizzard. The character's a high gain. It's the same amp, but they've changed the cabinet out for a Marshall 412. Let's hear it. Man, this is really a slog. I'm just not loving these. Warheart Art says, yeah, I'm a starter recording local rappers or whoever. I'm a start. Are you? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's cool, Warheart. That is cool. Longest Nights. The character is clean. It's a mess of boogie. There's no cab. All right, fine. Let's find the clean. Let's hit it. Warheart, you're saying this would kill my workflow. You mean this Tonex software? Just like having the computer on, you mean? Like the keyboard, mouse, monitor kind of thing going on would kill your workflow? Because I get that, if that's what you're saying. The next one is Obsessive Compulsive. Character is high gain. It's on a full tone OCD. It's a PV 5150 Orange PPC 412. I get that, Warheart. Let me just power this down real quick so I can talk to you. My whole thing with Tonex, and I've probably explained it before, is that I get to try 35,000 amps that I don't own. And by try them, I mean kind of get the flavor of them, right? This is all this is for me, this Tonex, is to try to get the flavor. I think that a guy like myself, who claims to be a studio music guy, ought to know what a Fender Bassman sounds like. He ought to know what a Fender Twin sounds like, what a Fender Deluxe, a Fender Princeton, Mesa Boogie rectifier, dual rectifier, triple rectifier, JTM 45. You know, if I'm going to talk a big game, I better kind of know what these amps sound like. You're saving me like at least all this time. Well, yeah, but I'll tell you what, Warheart, like I said, if I buy the pedal again and I get a free key, I'm giving you the free key. So it'd be up to you whether you do, you know, what you do with that or not. I've given, I think I've given Mike keys at I Love Recording, or at least I've in my head given Mike keys. But if I get another Tonex key, I'm giving you one, and then it's up to you whether you use it or not. So this next one has Snoop Warheart. Sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Saturday's Jam, high gain. Boss OD1, Boss GE7, 5150. Let's hear it. I almost bought something the other day that came with a Tonex key, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Yeah, but anyway, if I get another Tonex key, I'm giving it to you. Space to Think is a drive. There's no stomp box. This is a diesel VH4. I don't love the sound of that for a clean. This one's called Stunning Legs. The character is a high gain. The amp is based on a 5150. Let's get that shred going again. Where are you, Shred? So yeah, this Tonex, like I wouldn't even necessarily use this on my recordings. It really just is a buffet sampler for me so that I can hear what things sound like. So if you guys say, "Oh, have you heard the new Marshall XYZ amp?" Tonex will eventually get an emulation of it. I can dial it up and go, "Why, yes, I have. I kind of know what that sounds like." Something soothing. All right, I'll try to I'll try to change the well, I can put it on clean. But some of these are dirty amps, so you're going to get some dirt no matter what. Do I know how to use FL Studio? All the DAWs kind of operate the same, Harry. Like if you know how to use one, you can kind of use all of them. Like what I got here is Reaper, you know, and like you open a new track and you set it to record, and they're all kind of the same. FL Studio and did I just say Pro Tools? Pro Tools, FL Studio, Cubase, Nuendo, Universal Audio has one. I can't remember what it's called because no one uses it. Let's get back to my precepts here. Sunset in Dallas is a Stomp Overdrive with a Strymon Sunset, and it's got, oh, I see what's happened. It's reset my collection. Ugh. Screw that anyway. I'm almost done here. Or no, there's more to do. Man, I'm such a completionist. I'm having fun talking to you guys, but I'm not having fun going through these, but it's just like I started, so I got to keep going. Let's do Plexitone. This one's called 100 JMP hour. It's a drive. We'll set it to clean. Yeah, Harry's a trooper, all right. It's fun hanging with you guys. Helping me get through these dang things that I started and can't stop. I'm a stinky immigrant, says Harry. Well, that's going to get my YouTube channel pockmarked. What's with all the self-depreciation? Is that how you say that word? Depreciation. This next preset is called Admiral. The character is high gain. The stomp is based on the Boss SD1, and it is a Marshall, what, JTM? Let's see if we can scroll this around and find, oh, it's a JMP 100. The Marshall 412 cab. Let's hear it. Is there any way to switch race? I mean, what even is a race anymore? Because you can say, let's just pick one, Mexican, right? And you're like, he's a Mexican. It's like, yeah, but he could be like, you could look like anything. And Mexican's countrymen. It's not a race. You could say that guy's Irish. It's like, well, what does that mean anymore? Irish is his country status, not his race, right? So race is such a blurred thing anymore. Can you even DNA test for that? Like it's so blurred in this, modern era where everybody's traveled everywhere. All right, this one's called Breaking and Entering. The character is Drive. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 8x10. Let's hear it. One species. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're all frickin' from Ethiopia, right? Is that as far back as we've gone? We're all like from Ethiopia, I think. I don't think we've gone farther than that. There's some like northern Scottish islands that they're like, maybe everybody's from up here. But Berserkill says, where are the Neve amp plugins? I do got Neve amp plugins, my friend. I got there's some warm plugins there too under that towel, if you can see that. Not plugins, but rack gear. But today, we're trying to get through these frickin' Tonex presets because I started this and I can't stop until I'm done. It's just the way I am. But they say I'm from Poopland. Like, where's Poopland? Warm audio, cool gear. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I collect gear and then get rid of it. It's not very profitable. I buy it and sell it and trade it and buy it and sell it and trade it. This one's called Bridging the Gap. It's a high gain. Stomp is based on a Blackstar HT. The Marshall Super Lead HW5. Let's hear it. Harry says he's from the cleanest country in the world. Do you want to say where you're from or no? I feel like you want to tell us where you're from. You say the cleanest country in the world. I can't guess where that might be. This one's called Bright Luck. The character is Drive. It's a Marshall Super Lead HW5. Let's hear it. You already know at this point. Well, you're from Toronto, right? You already know at this point. I don't, man. This one's called Can It Be Cleaner? The character is clean. The amp is based on Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 8x10. And I think we've mellowed things out here, which is what Harry wanted because we were playing all them high gain amps and it was killing them. I can't read those little icons, dude. They're too small on my phone. I immigrated 2 years ago, did my college over here. Gotcha. I see you posted a little flag and I apologize. I can't see it enough. It's very small on my little live screen. I can't tell what the flag is. Classic Plexi drive through a Marshall JMP 100 and the cab based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. Mexico, I think. Yeah, Harry. Is Harry... So, Harry is probably not your real name, right? Quest is in Canada. That's right. That's right. Clean match. Clean Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 8x10. Let's hear it. Actually based out of Gary, Indiana. Come from a big family. This is called Kleenex. The character is clean. An amp is based on a Marshall JMP 50 watt, and the cab is based on Marshall 1960A. Let's hit it. These aren't terrible clean sounds, eh, Warheart? I mean, you could use these. Harry, you still with us? This one's called Creamy Brew. The character is Drive. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 100 watt, and the cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. I kind of like these, but I mean, they are, they're tones everybody knows. We all know these tones. We all grew up listening to these. Sounds like I'm in a pub. It's some mundane countryside bar. Hey Harry, don't say it if you don't want to say it, but are you from Mexico? If you don't want to say it, don't say it. Crunch and Plex is a Drive. India. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that, dude. Crunch and Plex character is a Drive. The Marshall JMP 100 watt. Marshall 1960A. Let me hit it. Why are you crying, Harry? We don't have ice in Canada, man. We got an open border. In fact, you can be a full-out convicted terrorist, and our ex-prime minister will give you $10 million. That's a fact. Darkest Plex, the character is clean. The amp is based on Marshall JMP 50 watt, and the cab based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's play it. Yeah, but Harry, you had a quadrillion chance of not being born, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know what your problem is. You play the cards that you're dealt. 82% chance of spawning elsewhere, and still the Almighty chose to drop there. Well, you play the cards you're dealt, man. Like, India has its merits, you know. It's my I don't want to diminish it to this, but I mean, it's my favorite food in the world. If you said, you know, we're going to give you the electric chair tonight, what's your last meal? It's definitely Indian buffet. So there's something to be said about the food. There's something to be said about the beauty of a lot of the country, Rishikesh, all that area, the Taj Mahal. And there's something to be said about Indian people are friendly. I mean, we all know that there's all kinds of students here in Canada now. Sounds like you're one of them, but they're friendly dudes. They're all friendly dudes. No one can deny that. Let's see. This one's Fat 100 watt Plexi. Let's hear it. So if you are from India and you're worried about it, I mean, you're going to have to rock it. You're going to have to figure out how it's cool with you. You know, I think, you know, you seem to have a problem with it, but you need to figure out, you know, it's your mom, you know, you got to honor your mother and your father, right? This is a heavy Plexi. It's fuzzy. The stomp is based on a Klon Centaur. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 100 watt, and the cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. This is a high JMP drive. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. I didn't really know much about India until, like, I'm a big Beatles fan. When the Beatles went in 1967 to go to Rishikesh to hang out with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, I thought they did a lot to bring India to the West. Of course, the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi traveled all over the place before and after that, but I think the Beatles really did a lot to bridge relations. And of course, George Harrison was, you know, all in on India music. Ravi Shankar. And of course, the Beatles, the Indian music floated into Sgt. Pepper and other, you know, Norwegian Wood and all that stuff. So I don't know, Harry. I think you got to rock it. You got to figure out how to rock it. And instead of saying I had an 82% chance of spawning everywhere and still the Almighty chose me to drop me there, you got to turn it around and go, you know, I'm pretty lucky to have been born. This is my timeline. I'm going to play the cards I dealt and I'm going to rock it. And this is how I'm going to do it. This preset is called Hundreds of Cleans. The character is clean. The amp is based on Marshall JMP 100, and the cab is based on Marshall 1960A. Do I listen to hip hop? No, not. I don't really. The closest I get to that, we have Beastie Boys records here. But yeah, I'm not really into hip hop, man. Not, just more into classic rock, This one's called Jim May Push. The character is a drive. The amp is based on the Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on the Marshall 1960A. Platinum Baby wants to promo me. What does that mean? Larry Lyon says Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like what we're playing now, we're just going through the Tonex presets. It's something I started to do a long time ago, just going through all the different Tonex amps. So this demo is called Clean. So it's not really like a Red Hot Chili Peppers, just, it could sound kind of like it. Like if I go down to double, it's going to kind of sound like Goo Goo Dolls. He's a home recorder, got a show, mostly hip hop. Oh, right on, man. So, like, does he have more subs than you and I kind of thing, Warheart? Like, he's like a bigger channel? Loves Red Hot Chili. Oh, love Red Hot Chili Peppers. They've grown on me over the years. I'm such a snob. I'm just like, indie or nothing. Sonic Youth, Pavement, Ween, Guided by Voices. Don't give me none of that radio stuff. But as I get older, I like stuff like Red Hot Chili Peppers more. Jumping Around is a drive character amp based on the Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hit it. Gotcha, Warheart. But like when you say he wants to promo you, like he's gonna start mentioning you and stuff, because that's cool. Yeah, that song Soul to Squeeze is fun to play. I don't know that song, honestly. I like that tattoo show that Dave Navarro did. So I'm kind of familiar with Dave Navarro more than I am Red Hot Chili Peppers. This one's called One Head, Four Legs. It's a drive. The stomp is based on the Klon Centaur. The amp is based on the Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 8x10. These sound good, eh, Warheart? You could use these tones in your recordings. This one's called Plexi Blast. Character is a drive. The amp is based on the Marshall JMP 100, and the cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. He played in Jane's Addiction. Was Dave Navarro not in Red Hot Chili Peppers, Larry? A little bit, I thought. All day I can use these. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, he was in Jane's Addiction for sure, and I think he was in Red Hot Chili Peppers from like maybe an album, and then there may have been like reasons he needed to go. This is called Plexi on a Horse. It's a drive with the Klon Centaur. Oh, we're in for a treat here. Marshall JMP 100 watt. Harry, you still with us? Harry, you still on the channel? Cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hit it. Yeah, I think you're right, Warheart. An album or two. But like some of the prime stuff, right? Like he was there in the big days, right? Yeah, I like that tattoo show. There's a lot of seasons of that. Ink Master, Dave Navarro. This is called the Powerflex. It's a high gain. The stomp is based on the Ibanez TS808. The amp is based on Marshall JMP 100 watt. The cab is based on Orange PPC 412. Oh, man. Oh, I thought you said you met Flea. Oh, he met Flea via Porno for Pyros. Okay, yep. Also Perry Farrell's bands. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's hit this preset. Flea seems like a super cool guy, too. The more I see him in interviews and stuff. That Will Ferrell drummer looking guy doesn't look too friendly, to tell you the truth. Anytime I see that guy, he looks angry. Next preset is Punch Flex. It's a drive. The amp is based on the Marshall JMP 100. The cab is based on the Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. He's the most pro, like the drummer's the most pro, like has the least personal issues kind of thing. Rock Abomination is a drive. It's an amp based on the Marshall JMP 100. The cab is based on the Marshall 1960A. I think we lost Harry. Harry, you still on the channel or what? Chad, that's his name, right? Dude, I am sorry, but that dude looks exactly like Will Ferrell. Like, I mean, everybody knows that, but it's like he needs to accept it himself. Spongy Plexi is a drive. It's based on the Marshall JMP 100 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. If you're just joining us now, we are going through the Tonex collections, emulations of classic amps. I started doing this a long time ago, and I'm kind of like an OCD completist, and I can't not complete this because I started it. It's kind of boring, but we're having fun chatting anyway. Let's check this out. The next preset is Straight Clone. It's a drive character. The stomp is based on a Clone Centaur. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 100, and the cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. Yeah, good tone here, Warheart. I mean, you know they're not all good, though. There's some stinkers in this batch. You know that. Like, I mean, these Marshalls are good, but you've heard the other collections I played. There's some bad frickin' Tonex amps out there. Bad emulations. There's some AC30 stuff. It's like, why did you even record that? But anyway. This one's called Swipe the Dirt. The character is clean. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 50 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. Harry, where'd you go? I'd like to think Harry left because he had to go buy a guitar. This one's called The General. The character is a high gain. The stomp is based on a T-Rex Mauler. I'm not familiar with that pedal. The amp is based on the Marshall JMP 100, and it is the same cab we've been listening to, a Marshall 1960A. Let's hear it. Play John Pork. Harry is back. Where'd you go, Harry? Had to go buy a guitar? This is The Pair. The character is Drive. The amp based on a Marshall JMP 100 watt. The cab is based on a Marshall 1960A. All right, this one's called Tubes Juice. The character is Fuzzy. The amp is based on a Marshall JMP 100 watt, or just about through these Marshalls. You got a call from John Pork. Alrighty, I love the John Pork shtick, even though I don't understand it. I'm right there with you. Let's hit this. Hey, Harry, look who's here. It's John Pork. You know what's funny about that mask? My daughter made that mask. It pretty much looks like me. The difference between me and this mask is I'm like 100 pounds heavier. I mean, I look 100 pounds heavier. I'm obviously way heavier than that mask. All right, where are we at in the Tonex collections here? Rectify, based on Mesa Boogie rectifier amps, 36 tone models from two of Mesa's most in demand high gain amps, the Mesa Boogie dual and triple rectifier, included in the Tonex SE collection. We'll play some of these. We don't have to play all of these. 90s Punk Rock is a high gain. It's based on the Mesa dual rectifier and a Mesa Recto something cab. Let's hear it. Let's change the demo though. Let's go back to this one's called Gritty. Let's hear it. Looks like my old boss. Hey, get back to work, Harry. Aggressive Old School is high gain. Mesa Boogie triple rectifier. Orange PPC 412. HP8. I am unfamiliar with that cab. I used to own a Orange PPC 412, but I don't know what the HP8 is all about. Let's hear it. I don't love that demo for texture for sampling these. Let's hit this texture one. Let's go Blink of the State. That's a decent little guitar line to test these. That's a good tone, Warhart? So, Harry, you still a student or what? Yeah, I don't mind that, Warhart. I don't mind that at all. But you know what? I like dual rectifiers. I'm familiar with this amp. This one's called Dark American. It's a drive. It's another dual rectifier. Let's hit it. Finished college in January. So you working now or what? Gotcha. Yeah, what diploma isn't though, dude? Like if you're not taking a trade these days. Dark Duality is a high gain. It's got the Boss GE7 stomp. It's based on a dual rectifier. The Mesa Rex got air plus nuts. Yeah, I like the sound of a dual or a triple rectifier. I'm familiar with them. A band I like, Guided by Voices. The one guitar player that's in and out of that band, Doug Gillard, plays a rectifier. So I've had one like in my face live the 4 times I've seen them. I'm a rectifier guy. Let's hit this one. It's got a Boss GE7 stomp on it. Not really driving these though, huh? I know you guys don't like the wood demo, but let's just hear it to see if it drives a little bit more. Not really. Not really driving them, huh? Dual to the max. It's a high gain dual rectifier through the Mesa Recto traditional cab. Let's hear it. That sounds terrible. Let's get out of these tweeds. Let's get into some tweeds. 57 on an 87. It's a drive. The amp is based on the Fender Twin Amp 57. The cab is based on the Fender Twin Amp 57. This would be a combo. And let's grab ourselves the texture demo and play it. That sounds nice to me. That's usable. 57 to 57. The character is a drive. It's a Fender Twin Amp 57. The cab is based on a Fender Twin Amp 57. I'm going to throw a little reverb on this. It is in no way intended to be the reverb that would have come with the amp. It is like a little reverb that Tonex lets you put on. Let's hear it. Just want to make sure that it's on. Here we go. What does that mean, Harry? You do the skull with the praying hands. What does that mean, Harry? Next preset is Bold Twin. It's a drive. It's a Fender Twin Amp 57 again. Let's hear it with some reverb. Ooh, 30K. Yeah, but bro, if you got you got like is it it was a college 2-year, but like, do you have like a bachelor's or something? I don't know how that stuff works, to tell you the truth. Like, do you have a degree? Like, what do you have for it now? You know, like what do you get at all that? This preset's called a Breaking Deluxe. The character's a drive. It's the 57 Custom Deluxe. Let's hear it. Not a bachelor's. Harry, how do you guys afford to live in Toronto? Like, do you live with like 8 people? Dude, I couldn't pick up and move to Toronto. Like, don't you have to live with like 8 people to live there? So you and your bro get to share a room? Like, it's just the two of yous? Oh, a room, like a single room, right? I share a room with my bro. Stay in school, go to community college, stay and progress. Yeah, or get a trade, right? Like, the trades are the thing right now, but I mean, people say that, but it's like you walk up to the trade office and you're like, okay, I'm here. And they're like, well, we're not accepting anybody. Who are you related to, you know? But they're like, hey, you ought to join the trades. And it's just like, okay, cool. How do I join? And they're like, you can't. It's like, oh, okay. All right, this one's called an Angry Bassman. The character is Drive. The amp is based on a Fender 59 Bassman LTD. We'll leave that reverb on. Yeah, true that, Warheart. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well, let's take the reverb off of it, okay? And like, let's try to make it angry. We'll go over to Gritty, and I'm gonna crank the gain. Let's see. That doesn't sound angry. That sounds mildly not even annoyed. Yeah, real weak. Let's reset the gain. This one's called Band Cleanster. It's a Fender 57 Bandmaster. Let's hit it. Hey, so I got this thing I do whenever anybody talks big that they can hire you, you know? I don't know, I'm sure you guys have been in a situation where somebody talks big and they're like, oh, I'll get you a job right now, or I can't get enough people, or I'd like to hire somebody, but everybody's lazy and no one will work. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So my thing is when people do that, I call them out on it every single time. So if you've got somebody that's a foreman or a manager or owns a business and they're like, I can't even get people. The people are lazy, right? I call them out on it every single time. And every single time, so it goes like this. They go, I can't even get people. People are lazy. I say, oh, well, I'm looking for a job. And they go, oh, well, I don't mean I'm hiring people. I don't have a job. And that's been every single time I've ever called anybody out on that stuff. I knew that, see, I do tech work, right? I do computer stuff. And so I used to go to the house of like a super Nintendo, superintendent, right? And he'd talk big. Oh, I can get you a job. Okay. All right, I'll start Monday. Well, no, I don't mean I can get you a job. Every time you call them out on this crap, it's weird, man. It's like a weird flex. Every time. I know a guy right now that brag like that. I can't even get people. People are lazy. Well, I'll start Monday. Oh, no, I'm not hiring, right? Like, it's just like, well, shut up. Shut up. All right. Ban Crunchster is a drive. Let's hear it. Last people I called out like that were friends of mine that own a firm. Okay. And yeah, I'm not qualified to work in the kind of firm they own. I'm not. They'd always say, yeah, you should work for us. You should work here. You should work for us. So I called them out on it. I said, okay, boys, I need a job. Oh, well, you don't really do what we do. And it's just like, well, shut up then. Don't say stupid things then. This one's called Blonde Rocker. I'm expecting these to get into the Neil Young territory, but it hasn't happened yet. Let's change our demo. I wonder if we got... This one's called Rusty. Let's hear it. Chin up, Harry. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing is you're like a marble falling through a pachinko machine. You gotta fit in somewhere eventually, right? That marble falls through the trap, and you gotta settle in eventually. It's tough out there, man. Bright and Dry is a drive character amp based on the Fender 57 Bandmaster. Yeah, sick is right, but not sick in the way that means cool. That amp actually sounds sick. Clean Band 57. It is tough out there, man. I put like 20 resumes out this year, and I'm used to getting calls back in 2 months, 3 months, something, and nothing this year. It's been crazy. It's a weird economy, They always lie about it, They're like, oh, we can't get enough people. It's like, well, I disagree. This one's called Crunchin' Lightly. It's a drive. Sounds exactly like the last 5 we played. In Canada here, you have to stand in awe of the kings and queens and dukes and duchesses that is the teacher. Nobody makes teacher money except teachers around here. Like, that's how you've known you made it in Canada. Is you can get that teacher money. The sunshine list. You stroll in at 9 and you leave at 3 and you get $100K to do it. And they go, the teacher's got it tough. Like, yeah, it's 30 kids. Plus you've got an EA. Sometimes they got 2 EAs. Sometimes they got 3 EAs. And they go, the teacher's got it tough. Sometimes they got to coach volleyball on a Thursday. It's like, isn't that a child's game, though? You got to stay a little later to coach a child's game to make $100K a year with all the best benefits and the best pension, and But yeah, no, those are the richest people around, or the teachers around here. Harry says, I'm not much worried. My parents are well off back home, but I want to do something on my own, and I'm very positive about it. You are very positive about it. Well, yeah, it's tough, man. I don't know what to tell you. I've got a son who's 21, and he just took some computer stuff in school, and I'm like, I don't think that was the right thing to take, man. Nobody's hiring computer guys right now. Can you imagine it's 2025 and nobody's hiring computer people? Like, what? At least not around Ontario. I could make more. I'm a computer guy and I have been for 25 years. I could make more money being a janitor at a school right now. I'd be better mopping the floor and I'd have less responsibility. Oh, yeah, right on. Yeah, he just took like programming like PHP, C#, and then he went back and he took a cybersecurity. I mean, that's maybe a decent niche. The whole cybersecurity scam where, you know, you take a freaking quick course and you're like, I'm a hacker now, which you're just not, right? But, well, boys and girls, this has been fun. And Harry, don't be a stranger and keep your chin up. Things will work out for you, bro. I mean, you're young yet, you know, but I should sign off of here. I'm going to consider my Tonex sampling complete. I've gone through damn near everything in this Tonex Max collection. Unless something else comes up, I'm probably not going to come back to this. So I may take a break. I might come back on live here. We'll do something else, not this Tonex stuff. I don't know how you guys stuck with it. I'm freaking, it's like paint drying at this point. I can't do any more Tonex Max. I've done all I can do. So I'm going to sign off. Well, let's leave you with a little song, a little high gain song, and I'll wave goodbye. TTYL, everybody. Keep your head up, Harry. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see us again. Warheart Arts. I'll be talking to you shortly, I'm sure. Goodbye, everybody.